No audio?
Can you hear us?
Sat down.
Are we good?
Talk. Audio check. Welcome to Greater Nevada Field. It is Saturday, April 28th, and we are moments away from the 6th game.
Yeah. Two teams with early season struggles so far. Reno 1868 hosts an OKC Energy coming off a 5-game losing streak. Reno 1868 themselves ended their own.
Press those buttons, they can't hear you.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
All right.
One minute, gentlemen, 1 minute.
Welcome inside Great Nevada Field. Reno 1868 hosting the Oklahoma City Energy for the first time this season. Welcome inside. Beautiful 51 degrees out. It is expected to drop to 46. I'm joined alongside Colin Tabor. My name is Julian Delgadio, filling in for the boisterous Alex Margulies. Colin, how's your day going?
Oh, it's going well. I'm looking forward to this game. Bit of a storyline here. Of course, Reno 1868, after flying high last season, knocked out in the first round of the playoffs against OKC Energy.
Yeah, there's definitely some bad blood between both of these clubs in that first round game. Of course, a little discrepancy afterwards. Players have shaken hands, but it's exciting to see both of them back on the pitch. They both had some early season struggles, though. Oklahoma City, losers of 5 straight games. They started off pretty well, though. with 1 win. Reno, of course, coming off their first win of the year against the Portland Timbers 2 last week. And a big reason for that, USL Player of the Week, Danny Mazovsky.
Yeah, Danny Mazovsky will be looking to add to his 3 goals so far this season, 2 along, of course, the game winner in the 89th minute against Portland Timbers for Reno's first win of the season.
And it's interesting that he's playing on Reno. He's actually a local from Henderson, Nevada. He went to UNLV. I actually had a chance to talk to Danny earlier this week just about his play and expecting to be here in Reno. He says he never thought he would be up north, but he's enjoyed his time so far, and he's succeeding pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go ahead and take a quick break for the national anthem, and we'll be right back.
And welcome back to Greater Nevada Field, a shot of the Battleborn Brigade, and they are out in full numbers tonight, getting ready to rewatch what was their first round playoff matchup between OKC and Reno 1868.
Yeah, and they're looking forward to a different result than last year after a heartbreaking playoff exit. After really such a fantastic year for Reno 1868, broke the record for most goals scored. Dane Kelly, of course, who's no longer with Reno 1868, winning the Golden Boot along
Golden
with
Boot and
Player
all
of
of
the
that,
Year.
absolutely. And them to lose that game 1-0. I know a lot of those fans were upset about that, but they should be treated to some beautiful soccer today on this pitch as the sun begins to set over Greater Nevada Field. Let's go over some starting lineups. Starting with the OKC Energy, they are playing a 4-2 or a 4-3-3, and couple guys to look out for. John Brown at forward. He's Welsh, 6 foot tall. He won a Premier League championship in Bangladesh back in 2016, and he's actually played with Garrett Bale. It's a big name right there. And Aaron Ramsey from Arsenal.
Yeah, John Brown asked to lead the line with the absence of Jose Angulo, who, of course, after his injury is back on the bench. And let's take a look at the Reno 1868 lineup.
And they are being led by USL Player of the Week, Danny Mazovsky, like we were talking about earlier. UNLV alum, Nevada product. He is playing the best soccer on this team right now. He has 3 goals, leading the charge, but he's going to need some help from his midfielders.
Yeah, and I think Ian Russell's had a little bit of a change in emphasis. I mean, going away from the diamond midfield that was so successful last year, mixing up to a 4-2-3-1. We also see the first start for Reno local Kevin Partita.
Yeah, a Sparks kid. Really nice to see him in that starting lineup. He's actually connected on 95% of his passes so far this season. That's only missing 1 out of 23 potential. So he's off to a good start and back in the lineup. And he's having his first pro start. So it should be interesting to see how things shake up. We are moments away from this one getting kicked off, with OKC starting on offense.
Yeah, going back to Kevin Partita, he's someone I'm really excited about. He's so energetic in the midfield. He's constantly looking to break up play, always moving. I mean, I heard a story from a UNLV soccer player who I was talking to who played with Kevin Partita. He told me when he came, his very first practice coming back from his ACL injury, they did the Cooper test, which is 2 miles in 12 minutes. And very first practice back, he went and finished first.
Wow.
So that's
a lot of hustle.
That shows the kind of player that Kevin Partita is there in the middle of the field.
Matt Bersano back in goal for Reno 1868. First game back with the Azules after spending some time in San Jose. Reno in the attacking third. Partita playing with the ball.
And right away we see some good link-up play between Kasipli, Muzovsky, and Partita to find James Kiffey with some space to move. But then Reno give an early foul away.
Back to Partita, though. I actually had a chance to talk to him at practice this week. Asked him if family members were coming out and how he's going to soak all of this in, and he really just enjoyed the moment. I think he's soaking it all in.
Yeah, it's got to be huge.
Goal kick.
Local kid, first start for Reno 1868. He'll be looking to really get a start to his USL career.
Oh, wide of the net.
Yeah, early.
I believe that will be a corner kick.
Early
to
chance.
Oklahoma City.
Early chance there for Jonathan Brown on the layoff. Takes a shot, but takes a deflection off of Zach Carroll. And now it looks like first corner kick of the day for Jose Barril.
The kick. Header. No good. Cleared out, but OKC still in the attacking third. Good defense right there by Brent Richards. And another corner kick to OKC.
Brent Richards deals with the threat of Jose Barril very well. Is able to stand him up and knock it out for another corner kick.
Barril from Madrid, Spain. He's 6 foot. In 2016, USL second team with Harrisburg City. The corner kick, lob, and a foul. Back to the Azules.
Yeah, had a bit of jostling going on in the box. The judge that
Jonathan Brown not happy about it.
No, they never are though. But I guess the referee saw a push from Callum Brown, I believe. And this will be a chance for Reno to push up the field, clear their lines up, and allow Matt Bersano to play the ball forward.
Bersano on loan from San Jose. He says he likes spending time in the biggest little city.
Yeah, Matt Bersano was fantastic last year. Played almost every game for Reno 1868 besides a couple from Andrew Tarbell, who, of course, is the starter for the San Jose Earthquakes now.
Had a 68.9% save percentage, 9 clean sheets on the club last year.
And really, it's the mentality he brings there. He's constantly communicating with the defense. He's a good teammate to have. He's lifting everybody up. And he's someone who, with the possession style that Reno 1868 like to play, someone you know you can play the ball back to, and he'll be comfortable on the ball. He's a very good soccer player as well as a goalkeeper.
Jonathan Morel with the foul there. OKC playing it quickly. Still in the middle third. Both teams really trying to establish an offense early on.
Yeah, I think with OKC Energy, I mean it's a different change in emphasis with for new coach Steve Cook. I mean, a lot different setup than his predecessor Jimmy Nielsen. They're a team that really try to play the ball out of the back now. I mean, with Jimmy Nielsen, we saw 2 banks of 4, sit back, try to absorb pressure, and then hit counterattack with the pace of Alex Dixon. But now they're really trying to expand the field. Center backs drop off a lot in possession, give room for the midfielders. They really try to pass the ball to the back. And they're still finding their rhythm, I think. I think it will come. This is a good group, and Steve Cook is a fantastic coach. I think they're just trying to find their rhythm at this point with a new style.
OKC clears it out. On the attack, lobs a ball. Jonathan Brown And that will be back to Reno. Brasano telling the team, hey, let's just slow it down a little bit. Partita with the ball. To Antoine Opino.
Here we see Brent Richards on the overlap, is able to get the ball in the corner. It's forced back by Kyle Highland, though.
Gaia Ben sends it back. Back to the captain, Jordan Morrell. Morrell also spent time on this roster last year from London, England. He was previously with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Yeah, Jordan Morrell, I mean, he's stepped up as the taking the captain's armband from Jimmy Ockford, who of course signed with San Jose Earthquakes.
One of the three off last year's roster, and that was a foul. Ball back to the Energy.
And Jordan Morrell, he's an organizer, he's a leader. He's constantly organizing his defense, making sure everyone's in position. He really is a leader out there for this Reno 1868 team.
Small collision there. Hop fighting for the ball. Gives it up.
Yeah, with this change of formation for Reno 1868, we're going to see Antoine Opino, who's normally playing as one of the two center forwards. He's going to be spending a lot more time on that right wing, where he can try to be isolated 1v1 against Kyle Highland and use his pace and trickery to really beat the Oklahoma City Energy left back.
Richards brings the ball past half pitch. And it's a sprint, and that's going to be out of bounds. Goal kick.
Yeah, it looks like Danny Mazowski straight offside there from that through ball from Kevin Partita, the two UNLV players trying to connect here early on. Danny Mazowski just mistimes his run a little bit.
I asked him what that connection was like earlier this week at practice, and they were both saying that it's nice to have someone that they know on the pitch. It really helps the chemistry, and it's going to be exciting to see both of them in this starting lineup and what they do with it.
And I'm sure off the field, too. I mean, two guys who spent 4 years together at UNLV.
Mm-hmm.
Moving to a new city, I mean, of course, Kevin Partita spent a long time here, but it's got to help off the field as well.
Van Avik going back. Guy Ben through pass.
And here's
Richards.
Here's Opino early on, taking on people, trying to get to the byline to get a cross in.
Falls.
Well dealt with from Guzman there, though.
Partita. Holds it. Passes it back. Van Avik. Also goes by Van Wolfgang. One of the coolest last names I've heard in the USL.
Can't imagine many cooler.
On the attack. Pass, no good.
Yeah, and the pace of Alex Dixon to take on James Kiffey and Kevin Partita there. Trying to find Sia there. His cross does not connect, and Zach Carroll deals with it well. Or excuse me, Jonathan Brown is who he tries to find in the box.
Under the cross, but nobody around. That's going to be a goal kick for Reno. Oh, a throw-in. Brent Richards. USL Defensive MVP and Rookie of the Year back in 2010. A development link, excuse me. And that ball's out of bounds. Throw-in to OKC. Kyle Highland. He is the most consistent player on this OKC Energy roster. Played in 33 games last year, started 32. 2 goals.
Yeah, Kyle Highland is really, he's a modern day left back. He's not only good 1v1 defending, but he can get up the field. He can try to put crosses in. He's comfortable in possession.
Jonathan Brown. Oh. A
Well,
little bit of a scuffle, but that's out of bounds. Ball, Reno.
well dealt with from James Kiffey there. The challenge of Jonathan Brown holds him off, is able to get the forward pass.
That is out of bounds to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma, like you were saying, head coach Steve Cook in his first year, he says his expertise aligns well. He took over the head coaching job back on December 19th, 2017, and he's the second head coach in club history.
Yeah, and Jimmy Nielsen has led this team for so long. And Steve Cook, I mean, he has a lot of experience in the coaching game. I mean, spent a long time with Colorado Rapids, of course, spent becoming their interim manager when Pablo Mascheroni was let go about midway through last season.
Tripping call. No foul. Want to remind you guys, Select is the official soccer ball of the USL, and for the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportsamerica.com and receive free shipping on orders over $50. Long pass connects. OKC on the attack. But Reno, back four, holding strong. Van Okel clears it out. But yeah, you know, Jimmy Nielsen, other head coach, the team mutually parted ways at the end of last season after making it to the second round of the USL playoffs. But Cook, he studied to become a head coach at the age of 16. Got his first job at 22 as an assistant and has worked his way up ever since. More than 20 years of experience.
Yeah, he's someone who's been around the coaching scene for a long time now. Actually spent time as a youth coach in my hometown, Las Vegas. Believe it or not, I spent a summer working for him at the Colorado Rapids Academy, so he's someone
Just stop by and say hi earlier?
No, as assistant coach. I didn't manage to see him, but I saw his assistant coach and said hi.
He also spent some time in Phoenix, Arizona, as well as Las Vegas. But with Colorado from 14 to 17. He was actually the interim head coach of the Rapids for the final 12 games.
You see
Andrews.
Reno 1868 not pressing as high as normally, letting OKC have a little bit of the ball. OKC are trying to use their two big target men, Jonathan Brown and Sia, try to get those knockdown headers.
Jonathan Brown started in all 6 games OKC has played this year. And that will be a throw-in for Reno. Brown was actually acquired at the transfer deadline in September of 2017. Little give and go. Partita on the floor. And that ball's out. Throw in Reno. Zach Carroll bringing it up the pitch. He was drafted by the New York Red Bulls.
Yeah, and spent time last year with Orlando City's USL team, which now is defunct. I believe they're waiting till the addition of USL Division III to come back into the league.
Carroll, one of the best defenders in the USL. Here comes OKC on the attack. Lob out of bounds. sun finally beginning to set here at Greater Nevada Field. Expected to drop at 7:50, a little more than half an hour away.
And a beautiful night here in Reno. We've had all sorts of weather in the recent months, which is pretty standard for a Reno spring.
Weather finally starting to warm up, though. Feels like soccer season. Because Sipley.
Oh, and a great ball to find Jerry Van Aveck's run. But that tackle from
that will be back to OKC.
That tackle from Richard Dixon was huge there.
Just a little too much juice on it.
Yeah, a little too much on it. Because Sipley had to do enough to be able to get on the other side of Dixon there. I think Richard Dixon recovered from that really well before Van Aveck was able to get something on it.
Foul by Gaia Bend. Saying some things to Dixon. Here comes OKC. Header. No good.
Oh, and a dangerous ball from Kyle Highland there. Getting up that left wing, puts a fantastic ball in.
Oklahoma City still on the attack. Another through ball into the hands of Matt Bersano.
Yeah, and OKC Energy are really trying to attack the wings. They have two bigger target men there in Sia and Brown, and they're trying to get the likes of Dixon or Highland or Miguel Gonzalez on the ball.
Van Aveck
be able to put
losing
those
it. And that ball will go out of bounds. Goal kick. Oklahoma City controlling 57% of the possession in this one to Reno's 43. Oklahoma also with 4 interceptions. Van Okel, 6'4", last club with Real Salt Lake back in 2017, 31 years old. He was also the Gold Glove winner back in 2016 for FC Edmonton. He's only played 1 game in 17 in the USL, though.
Yeah, Van Okel brought in to replace, well, not really replace, but allow for the recovery of Cody Lorendi, who, of course, tore his ACL last season here, actually, at Greater Nevada Field in that playoff game.
And he's yet to come back, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's a long injury layoff, a torn ACL. I mean, he'll be hoping to get back as soon as he can.
Openo gives it away. Small collide. That ball is going to be given to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and Jordan Morrell just comes in a little too aggressively there. Jonathan Brown holds up the ball well, gets his body between. And Morrell just comes flying in, gives away the foul there.
Brown a little slow to get up. He played in 12 games last year. Started in 5. Only 1 goal, however, in his 2017 campaign.
Yeah, he's someone who really is. He's the kind of forward who's going to do the dirty work. He's going to win challenges. He's going to fight for every ball and really give the space for someone like Jose Angulo to be able to be that finisher.
Now, we're expected to see Angulo tonight. Back from injury, just not sure when they will make that substitution.
Yeah, he was able to come out as a second-half substitute in Oklahoma City's 1-0 loss to St. Louis last week, so he'll be looking to get some more time before trying to get that starting spot back. I mean, really just such a fantastic season after he came back from after he came to Oklahoma City from St. Louis midway through last year. Really changed Oklahoma City's attack.
He was the leading scorer for the club back in 2017. Had 15 goals, including 9 in the final 3 games.
Yeah, no,
for the Energy.
In that playoff run-in, he was phenomenal. Oh, as we see
for real. Setting it up. Small collision. Cleared out.
And a great nutmeg there from Miguel Gonzalez against Gaia Bend there. Clever play from the attacker.
And here comes Reno 1868. Zach Carroll, second start ever for Reno. A lot of promise. Oh, and that ball is going to go high and above. Beautiful setup, but no good for Van Avik.
Yeah, and the brilliant deep cross there from Brent Richards, just behind that Oklahoma City back line for Danny Mazowski to run onto. A little bit too far ahead of him. Tough for him to really get it on target, but a great chance here for Reno.
Looking for his 4th goal of the year. 22 years old, picked 30th overall by San Jose. He was a 4-year starter at UNLV. He was a 2-time All-American. And that's a foul. Ball to OKC.
Yeah, Jordan Morrell once again a little too aggressive, this time against Sia.
Explaining himself, though.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a tough one to give away for the referee. I mean, Jordan Morrell's going for the ball. He wins it. Maybe a little bit of a push in the back on his way to winning it, but still a little soft for me.
Jose Barril getting ready for his attack from Madrid, Spain. Excuse me, Miguel Gonzalez from Michoacan, Mexico. Getting his set piece. Played in 30 games last season. No good. Cleared out. Miguel Gonzalez, though, played with the switchbacks as well. He was the WAC Offensive Player of the Year when he played at the University of Seattle.
Yeah, he's a clever winger. He's someone who not only could beat you down the line, but he could beat you outside. I mean, we saw the nutmeg against Gaia Bend earlier. He's someone that Brent Richards will want to keep an eye on in this game because he could change the game.
Jordan Morrell to Partita. Intercepted. Now Oklahoma City entering the attacking third. And they're saying a handball.
Yeah, and a good little 1-2 between Richard Dixon there. He's able to get to the other side, but the Gaia Ben judge just whack that ball with his hands. So, I mean, another.
Seemed accidental.
Yeah, accidental. I mean, it just depends on how far away the hand is from your body. The referees judges whether it's in a natural position or not.
And here's Miguel Gonzalez again.
Yeah, and
had 2 goals back in 2017.
With the
second in goals on the team
with
in 2017 with 8.
With the amount of height this OKC Energy team, Reno want to be careful not to give away too many set piece opportunities.
Gonzalez picks it, header to the left. Goal kick for Reno. Want to remind you here, exclusive stories from the USL's players in USLsoccer.com from the pitch with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional game and players in their everyday lives. From the pitch, Matt Bersano. We talked possession earlier. Oklahoma City taking more control of that. Once again, in the attacking third. But some defense by Reno.
Yeah, and there's Kevin Partita breaking up play, doing what he does best. He's so much energy there in the middle of the field.
Very scrappy.
Yes, I mean that. He's constantly fighting for the ball, looking to intercept, looking to make tackles.
Not the biggest guy out there. but making his presence known.
But like we said, OKC Energy have seen plenty of the ball out here tonight. Reno have been struggling to keep possession of the ball, looking instead to counterattack.
Oklahoma City owning 50% of the possession and winning 60% of the dual success rate. Here's Jonathan Brown. And that will be a throw-in. Little hesitation, and stolen by Reno. Oh, beautiful pass. And here comes Mazovsky.
And this is where we want to see Jerry Van Avik. We want to see him in space to run at people. Instead elects to pass the ball, and Reno.
Brent Richards, little sidestep to a bend. Finding Avik. Cross, intercepted.
A great ball in by Jerry Van Avik.
Reno still in the attacking third.
Almost finds Seth Kasipli on that far post, but Richard Dixon with that last second intervention there.
Their best ball movement of the day so far.
Yeah, starting to pick up a little more momentum, starting to find a little more of the ball. I mean, here's Brent Richards once again getting up the field. I mean, he does that so well.
Oh, a header just over Antoine Opino.
Yeah.
Take a second look at that.
And
Danny Mazovsky.
Brent Richards cutting onto his left foot and puts that in-swinging cross into Danny Mazovsky, but just a little bit over his head there. Not quite tall enough to redirect that towards goal.
Reno passing with a little bit better accuracy than Oklahoma City so far. 73% to Oklahoma's 56%. And here come the Energy. Cross in. And that is cleared out. Partita. Brent Richards to Guy Abend. Abend, another new acquisition in this offseason. He's a technical holding mid with a very physical presence. And he won a USL Cup last year with Louisville City.
Yeah, brought in as the Matt LaGrossa replacement. Guy Abend done a good job so far in his opportunities of plugging the middle of the field there. I mean, he, unfortunately for him, did not get to participate in that USL Cup final because of a red card in the game before.
Mazovsky showing some teamwork. I want to remind everyone the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow them at USL on Twitter. Here comes Reno. Oh, a trip. And they will call that a foul. Mazovsky on the ground. And a yellow card distributed to Ross.
Yeah, Callum Ross loses out on the ball, and Danny Mazovsky pounces quickly. Callum Ross with the professional foul there gives away a free kick in a pretty dangerous area for Reno.
Ross won an NCAA D2 National Championship with Wingate back in 2016. And he was a rookie with the Charlotte Independents last year.
So Seth Kasipli and Jerry Van Avik are going to stand over this ball. Might be a little too far away to have a good shot on goal, but still within shooting range. I mean,
Reno with only one shot so far tonight to Oklahoma City's 4. No team with a shot on target yet. Kasipli taking some steps back.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be Kasipli lining up this one. He has enough distance to really get up and over the wall and hit it on target.
Kasipli, a 5-year vet from San Diego, California. He attended UC Berkeley. Scored 6 goals for the Bears. Here's Kasipli. The shot over the net. That will be a goal kick.
Yeah, not quite good enough from Seth Kasipli there. Doesn't get enough power on it, nor does he hit the target there. He'll be regretting that one a little bit, hoping for another opportunity from a set piece later in the half.
Kasipli, the last pick in the 2015 MLS Super Draft to the Portland Timbers.
And that's why he wears number 84. Is the 84th pick in the MLS draft.
Yep. That's fun.
Mr. Irrelevant, he told me.
Mr. Irrelevant. Becoming relevant, though, a returning starter this year.
Oh, he's such an important part of this Reno midfielder. He's so good on the ball. He's so technical, has such a great passing accuracy. I mean, he can find balls.
Here comes OKC. An offside call.
Yeah, and Sia there drifting just a bit offside there.
Let's take a second look. Through pass. Just the fraction. Possibly a leg. Offside. Kasipli, though, played in 28 games, started 13 in 2017.
Yeah, and whether it's starting or off the bench, he really is an important cog in this Reno midfield. Someone Ian Russell can bring in just to calm things down, know you can pass Kasipli the ball and he'll find the right pass.
Want to remind you guys, Coors Light, wherever your mountain is, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. The goal kick. Kasipli keeping it in bounds. Partita.
And a bit fortunate there for Reno because Miguel Gonzalez was ready to pounce on that from Kevin Partita and start a counterattack, but the referee waves back the earlier foul on Gaia Bend, and Reno will retain possession. Reno are getting a little more of the ball now. They're starting to move it around.
Controlling it.
Starting to be a little more patient rather than forcing things.
Zach Carroll passing it back to Matt Bersano. Carroll played for Virginia and Michigan State. Wonder who he has winning in the NCAA tournament every year.
Oh, and a great
Beautiful
crossfield
pass.
ball from James Kiffey to Brent Richards.
Brent Richards inside the box. A pass cleared out.
And that was huge from Richard Dixon. It looks like Danny Mazowski is about to put that effort away after brilliant work from Brent Richards to beat Kyle Highland there. But Richard Dixon with a vital clearance.
Jordan Morrell kicking it out of bounds. And a throw into Oklahoma City. Gonzalez. Somehow keeping the ball with 3 guys on him. Footwork, the cross. And that's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, and there's the clever play from Miguel Gonzalez that we talked about. I mean, a little fortunate to get away after that tackle from Zach Carroll fell fortuitously to him, but does well to beat Openo there and put a cross in. Kasipli tracks the run of Alex Dixon, though, and now Miguel Gonzalez will line up this corner.
Gonzalez 4th in minutes played last season. The corner, and cleared out by Reno. Another opportunity. The pass in the box, not successful. And here comes Reno. Morrell to nobody. It will be a throw-in, Oklahoma City. Now the Energy on this 5-game losing skid, they're -8 in goal differentials with only 3 points on the season.
Yeah, and win early, first game of the season looked like it was going to start Steve Cook's managerial reign off to a really good start, but since then 5 losses.
Now if they lose this one, they tie a franchise record for the most losses consecutively at 6, which came back in 2014, their inaugural season.
Yeah, and Steve Cook will want to turn this around, but I like what he said about it. He's made it clear that he doesn't want to change things. He thinks that the rhythm is good. They're just not really
Clinging to the new formation. Same players, new formation.
Yeah, and they're just not really finding the back of the net. I mean, they're keeping the ball well. They're defending okay at times. I mean, defending well today.
Oklahoma City usually playing a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. But with Anguilla back, they could possibly switch to a 4-4-2.
And honestly, it is a bit of a 4-4-2. We see Sia and Jonathan Brown so close to each other.
And it's going to be a throw-in for Reno.
Yeah, trying to use both their aerial presence to really challenge Jordan Morel and Zach Carroll to some aerial duels.
Partita finding Brent Richards. Over to Guy Bend. Back to Richards, and all of a sudden Reno in the attacking third. Van Avik to Openo. Openo in the box. A pass. Wide of the net. A shot. Blocked. Oklahoma City staying strong in the box, but Reno still with the ball.
Heroic stuff from the Oklahoma City Energy defense. Antoine Openo, who we haven't seen much of today, gets the better of Kyle Highland, puts a great ball across. And we see Richard Dixon come up huge there once again.
Cross, and that's going to go out of bounds, a goal kick.
Along with the block from Cody Andrews there to keep up what looked like a sure goal for Reno 1868.
That all started really with the pass by Openo, team's co-MVP last year, and the assist leader. It's going to be a corner kick, Reno, by the artist formerly known as Van Avik. It's his second year in the USL. The corner. Header, no good. Cleared out.
Oh, and a great delivery from Jerry Van Avik to find Zach Carroll.
Openo. Oh, an elbow to the face. And a red card distributed. That is going to be it for Miguel Gonzalez. Second look. Oh, you hate to see that on the pitch.
And just what a silly challenge from Miguel Gonzalez. A little tuffle between him and Openo. And there's no need for the elbow thrown by Gonzalez there. And now Oklahoma City Energy will have to play
down a man.
10 men for the rest of the game.
And they are already losing Justin Chavez last game for a red card.
What is he thinking there?
There was some bad blood behind that one. Showing signs of that playoff game back in 2016-17.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, there is a bit of a tussle between him and Openo, but nothing really out of line. I mean, just two physical players trying to...
Surprising to see the red card.
Yeah, very surprising decision there from Miguel Gonzalez.
And that's it for Gonzalez. Had 8 goals last year, 6 assists. But Oklahoma City will have to play on.
And now this is a great free kick opportunity for Jerry Van Avik to try to find Zach Carroll's head again, just like he did a moment ago before that altercation.
Avik from the Netherlands. He actually flew his dogs out here and took a pay cut.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be part of this project put forth by Ian Russell. I mean, which attacker wouldn't, though?
Of course, 3 players signed last year. Probably wants to see some time with San Jose. Van Avik, the cross. And Oklahoma City responds. Dixon. A shot over the net.
Yeah, and a pretty tame effort there from Callum Ross. Tries to bend that into the far corner, but gets under it and gets it all wrong there.
Want to remind you guys, we're brought to you by Coors Light. The bigger the mountain, the better the reward. Whatever your mountain is, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer comes great responsibility.
Oh, and a good run here from
Here we go.
Mazovsky.
Mazovsky, thinking pass, thought a little too much. Still with control to Kasipli inside the box. Kasipli the cross.
Yeah, and a good call there.
And cleared out.
Brent Richards comes with a bit of a high boot on Kyle Highland there, but Ibiaga struggling.
And he's down on the ground. Ibiaga from Nigeria, 6'2". Played for the NASL North Carolina FC back in 2017 and spent 4 years at Duke.
Yeah, and Steve Cook won't be liking looking at Ibiaga struggling here. I mean, him and the rest of the Energy defense have been really just heroic in the last couple of minutes, making blocks, making last-ditch tackles, last-ditch clearances.
Now, Ibiaga, fun fact, on the Energy now, went to high school in Oklahoma City, so a bit of a homecoming for Ibiaga, who played in 28 games and started 28 games last year.
And he looks like he's okay, walking it off a bit, the Energy captain.
Ibiaga, 3 blocks this season, 11 clearances, 9 interceptions. Definitely a key component in that back four for Oklahoma City. You know, we saw Oklahoma City really be in the attacking third for the majority of the first 30 or so minutes of this, but it seems like Reno figuring them out.
Yeah, and even before the red card, Reno were really starting to get into the game, and now with one less attacker on the field, Oklahoma City are going to struggle going forward. They're going to want to hold on to a point here, maybe try to get something on the counterattack, but right at this point, it's damage control. Having to go this long with 10 men, they're going to just want to make sure not to concede. Get a point after this.
Out of bounds, Openo looking to inbound it, passes it to Brent Richards. I'm excited to see what Zach Carroll does this season.
Yeah, I think he's a good addition to this Reno back line. I mean, he had trouble breaking in at first with Jordan Morrell and Brenton Griffiths so established. But with Brenton Griffiths' red card and 3-game suspension, which this is the second game of, he's looking to cement a spot in the starting lineup alongside the captain, Jordan Morrell.
All he needs opportunity, right? Here comes Carroll. Van Avik passing it. Ball in the box. Back out to Kasipli. Kasipli with a shot. To the left. It's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, good hold-up play from Openo. Lays it off for Seth Kasipli coming in from that left-hand side. But Kasipli just can't find the target there. Strikes it low and wide.
Reno now taking control of possession with 53%. Oklahoma City, however, winning the aerial duels by more than 60. And here come the Energy. Stolen away. And here comes Reno, Antoine Openo. Back out, Partita getting involved. He is everywhere on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, he's someone, like we said, a lot of energy in that midfield.
Partita bringing it up, finding Brent Richards the cross, and into the hands of Van Okel.
Yeah, well dealt with by Van Okel there. Brent Richards just tries to find the near post run, and Jerry Van Avik just a little bit out of his reach, and Van Okel will collect.
Van Okel, Chesapeake native, spent some time with Real Salt Lake in the MLS. 31-year-old, playing in multiple leagues. And here's Carroll to Openo, entering the attacking third. And that will be a throw-in for Reno.
Yeah, Kyle Highland sensed the danger there, the overlapping run from Brent Richards, stepped to the run before Openo could play the ball and was able to clear it out.
And that ball will be intercepted, but back to Reno. Kasipli looking to the outside, finding Van Avik. And that's going to be a goal kick. Nil-nil as we approach halftime. You have to believe, though, that Reno is going to potentially break through with Oklahoma City down a man.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough second half for Oklahoma City to hold on. I mean, they've done a good job so far, really restricting them to Reno to few chances, really few at least clear-cut chances. I mean, a lot of blocks in their box.
A little too far for Van Avik. Brent Richards on the pass, and it will be a throw-in.
But you have to imagine that Reno will really pile the pressure on in the second half.
Kyle Highland with the throw-in from Bay Village, Ohio. He played in more than 30 games last year for this club. Reno trying to take advantage before going into the locker room. Cross. But Oklahoma City stands strong.
Yeah, and Baril with protecting the ball well from Danny Mazovsky. He's so comfortable in possession, the Spaniard.
Mazovsky, just 22 years old, picked 30th. Had 11 shots coming into tonight's game. Also tied for 7th for the most goals in the USL this season, Mazovsky.
Yeah, it's still early on. He'll be looking to add to that tally of 3 goals so far. I think the whole Reno team will be looking to add more goals to their game. In the last 2 games here at Greater Nevada Field, they were shut out, which is unlike them.
And speaking of shut out, Oklahoma City only 1 goal in their last 4 games, and they've given up 7 in that process.
Yeah, I think it's another team that's really trying to add to their goal tally here.
You know, Oklahoma City last game really struggled to stop St. Louis with the on-ball press, and they had 0 shots on target.
You walk
out of bounds.
You walk away from 90 minutes with 0 shots on target.
It's hard to get back up in the morning, right?
Yeah. You're going to want to do more in your attack in that next game, which is going to be tough now with Oklahoma City playing down to 10 men. As the ref blows the whistle for halftime.
A 0-0 score at half as they enter the locker room. We will be right back with more from Greater Nevada Field.
Welcome to the Breakdown once again. Thank you to everyone on social media that's given me positive comments, and I really appreciate the support. Here's episode 5, week 6 of the Breakdown.
Canadian sojourn here in 2018.
Played into the penalty area, some good give and go here. There's a shot, and they've opened the scoring.
This team goal by North Carolina is fantastic. If you notice that there's always players on the move, they're always giving the attacking player who's got the ball an option to move. For Rios there, he has 2 or 3 options at the time when he received the ball, and he just found himself in extremely good space. But again, it's just the constant movement of the team, and it makes it very difficult for the defenders to track runners. Once again, it's a fantastic first time finish, especially on turf, into the top corner.
Oh, bad back pass. Arboleda picks it up, takes the shot, and puts it in the back of the net.
Arboleta's goal starts with his positioning. If you notice, he gives himself an opportunity to close down the centre-back, and he reads the pass extremely well and uses his pace to get there. And then obviously, once he's used his pace, he has to slow himself down. And you see from the finish that there's nothing the keeper could do about that. The celebration is not so much in for Player of the Week, but the finish definitely is.
For Escalante. Goes well to pick this up. Goes through the legs of Navarro. Sends the service. Had it.
Escalante's skill here has 2 or 3 different stages. The first stage is when he receives the ball, and it's not the greatest ball to him, but he makes the most out of it. And when he turns, the defender, he's expecting the defender to tackle him. When the defender doesn't make a move, then that's his opportunity to create the skill. And the composure as well. Once he's made the skill, not to get carried away, but to have the composure to cross it. And it's a fantastic cross, and I think he's expecting more from his striker there.
Iwasa. Bijev. Bijev cuts. Plays it across. Oh, it's in!
When Hall receives the ball here, it's not the easiest ball to deal with. He uses it to his advantage, and it draws 2 defenders out. And once he's drew the 2 defenders out, it then creates more space for Bijev. And when he receives the ball, I think the defender's expecting him to go on his right foot, but he does a fantastic skill. And at a tight angle there, it's a fantastic finish. The composure to relax himself, but to slot it through the keeper is fantastic. And it makes it very difficult for the keeper to get down low when he shoots it at his legs. I hope you've all enjoyed episode 5, week 6 of the Breakdown. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Hey soccer fans, I'm Courtney Hudson with Reno 1868 FC, and this is your look around the league. As we close off week 7 of the regular season, a tight gap still remains within the top teams in the USL Western Conference. Sacramento Republic leads the conference with 14 points, and Orange County SC following close behind with 13. Teams are continuing to battle, with several teams trailing only a few points behind. Here's a look at the games played earlier this week. On Tuesday, 2 games took place in the Eastern Conference, with Penn FC and Nashville SC ending in a scoreless draw, and Charleston Battery getting the win over Atlanta United 2. On Wednesday, we had another 2 games, with Richmond Kickers getting a 2-1 win over Toronto, and Rio Grande Valley FC getting the win over Orange County FC. We're going to take a look at some of the top storylines of this week. Davey Mazowski earned USL Player of the Week after scoring 2 goals in Reno's comeback win in Portland. The San Jose Earthquakes' first-round pick now has 3 goals this season, which leads 1868 FC. Swope Park Rangers' Carlton Belmar continues to lead the league in goals scored with 7 so far this year. After earning the USL Player of the Month award in March, Belmar is averaging a goal every 64.1 minutes. The USL is set to surpass 500,000 in attendance this week, which will be the fastest we have reached this mark in the league's history. That's your look around the league for this week. Enjoy the second half of the game here at Greater Nevada Field.
John D. Rockefeller once said, "Good leadership consists of showing average people how to do the work of superior people." Since arriving in Reno, Ian Russell has been channeling his inner Rockefeller.
He's been, somewhat of like a mentor, somebody you can really come to with anything.
He's an honest coach.
He's a big reason why we did so well last year.
He's a grinder. I think he fits into the personality of our building and our community. As someone, no silver spoon here, he just works, and we're really fortunate to have him.
In just 1 season at the helm, Russell turned a team of free agents.
And 8-0 Reno. Are you kidding me?
Into the highest scoring club in USL history.
He is easily one of the top American coaches in this country right now, and who would have known, right?
And it's been a journey for Russell to even get to Reno.
That's well defended. I don't mind that.
Ian spent 8 years as an assistant coach for the San Jose Quakes,
It's in the net.
his former team.
It's in the net.
He really is still kind of engaged as a player as well as being professional as a coach. So he likes when you work hard. He rewards guys that try to do the right things. So it gives you a lot of confidence in your performances, just kind of knowing if you go out with the right ideas and you have the right intentions, he will be forgiving.
Don't worry about them. Serve it. If they're not there, it's on them.
It's going to be hard to maybe go back to being an assistant coach if I ever have to, because I like to call the shots and make the decisions, and the blame's on me, but also when things go well, that's on me too. So I kind of like that.
When not on the pitch, Russell enjoys some of the finer things in life.
Oh yeah. There's a fish.
I like the outdoors, so just kind of getting out of the Bay Area where there's traffic and it's just a race to do everything there. Just to be in Reno where it's a little more comfortable, a little more homey feeling, I definitely like it.
Home means Nevada, and for Ian Russell, signing a contract extension through 2019 was a no-brainer.
Well done. That's a goal. Yep.
Ian is the cornerstone of this franchise right now. The success that we've had and are going to have is focused on his shoulders right now. And the players that he's recruited and picked, the style of play that he's brought here. Without Ian, I'm not sure where this thing's going, but we're excited that he's part of it.
For News 4 Sports, I'm Julian Delgadio.
It looks like Danny Mazowski.
Wonder who he has winning in the NCAA tournament every year.
Oh, and a great
Beautiful
crossfield
pass.
ball from James Kiffey to Brent Richards.
Brent Richards inside the box. A pass cleared out. Gonzalez in the 37th minute, really just trying to hold on for a draw at this point. Reno, however, leading in shots with 6 to Oklahoma City's 5. They're also owning time of possession, controlling the ball at 56%. But Reno really looking for that result, right, Colin?
Yeah, and I think early on, Oklahoma City really had a lot of the ball. They were trying to get back from this 5-game losing streak, but Steve Cook will not be happy with Miguel Gonzalez's red card, because that killed all their momentum, and since then it's been all Reno 1868.
Reno with 7 interceptions to Oklahoma City's 12. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Yeah, so early on we started with Alex Dixon trying to find Jonathan Brown. Jonathan Brown really trying to use his physical presence against Zach Carroll a lot in this first half, and Alex Dixon with a lot of pace early on.
Bersano didn't even flinch at that one, and then later on, Kyle Highland just shy of connecting on that one.
Yeah, and that was a dangerous opportunity. Kyle Highland with that brilliant ball in, and you'd expect OKC to do more with that one.
And Brent Richards with lob of his own, and that one just going a little high for Musovsky.
Yeah, and this deep ball from Brent Richards into the path of Musovsky was brilliant.
Great connection, but just a little too much for the USL Player of the Week.
Yeah, and
Brent Richards again. This beautiful cross through pass.
Brent Richards really got up the field a lot in this second half. Really gave a nightmare for Kyle Highland with both him and Opino running at him as we see Opino beat Highland.
And I thought this was Reno's best chance in the first half. That good ball by Opino just couldn't connect there. And then, of course, this red card, watch that elbow, and that would be it for Miguel Gonzalez.
Yeah, there's really no need for it. I mean, the two of them fighting for that ball, but Miguel Gonzalez just throws the elbow into Opino, and he'll claim it was unintentional, but there was, I mean, if you look back at it, I mean, there's got to be malicious intent in that
There
one.
had to be some bad blood involved, but hey, sun finally setting here in northern Nevada. Expected to be at 7:50. Pride night here for the first time in club history for Reno. Fans celebrating that with a scarf that symbolizes every color of the flag. We'll be right back with the second half from Reno. Oh, I was mistaken on that one. You know, what do you think Reno needs to do out of the second half, though? It seemed like they started out pretty sluggish and just playing down a man for Oklahoma City. I mean, they have to find a breaking point.
Yeah, and I think they're really going to push in this second half to try to take advantage of Oklahoma City going to down to 10 men, especially Miguel Gonzalez out. I mean, a lot of Reno's attacks have been down that right-hand side between Brent Richards and Antoine Opino. Now, unless Steve Cook has a change in formation, Kyle Highland's going to be isolated. So to get those 2v1 opportunities, Brent Richards and Antoine Opino will be huge for Reno. They just need a little more of a cutting edge in the box. I mean, so many chances that Oklahoma City just snuffed out in the last second. They just want to have a little more fight to be the first to that ball. I mean, Richard Dixon especially with so many huge clearances.
And they are definitely knocking at the door. We've seen a couple of through balls that, just an inch or two more to the left or right and could have been in the back of the net.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City have had a couple chances of their own. I mean, we saw the early chance for Sia there. I mean, really, they'll be looking back wondering what if after a great play from Kyle Highland in that play, because now Kyle Highland's not going to be able to get up the field as much as he would have liked to, as much as he was in the first half. It's damage control at this point. They want a point. They want to leave Reno with the draw.
And, of course, Oklahoma City trying to avoid tying a franchise record for 6 consecutive losses, which has not happened since 2014. Now, all-time series, Oklahoma City has the advantage with 2-1 because of that playoff matchup, but regular season, both teams split the series last year.
Yeah, and in regular season, we saw Oklahoma City come here to Greater Nevada Field and lose 3-0 to really a masterclass from Lindo Mafeka. I don't know if you remember that with the hat trick.
Yeah, prior to that game, he was actually spoken to by head coach Ian Russell about stepping up and really being a player that he is meant to be. There's a lot of expectation as well as hype with a guy like Lindo Mafeka, and for him to have a hat trick, just the game following that discussion was incredible.
Yeah, he really stepped it up in that game. He'll be hoping to come in this second half and step up again against a team that he has a good history with.
Mafeka from Durban, South Africa, went to the University of South Florida. Reno starting off with the ball here in the second half, and we are underway in the biggest little city, 0-0.
And right away, we see a little bit of a change in emphasis for Ian Russell. It looks like Antoine Opino will be next to Danny Mazowski, and Reno will play with 2 forwards in their familiar diamond shape. They're going to really push Oklahoma City in the second half, add one more attacker.
Yeah, talk about a throwback right there. Going back to old times, and hopefully Russell getting that success that he had last year. That ball is going to go out of bounds. Advantage, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and with just Kyle Highland on the left-hand side now, Brent Richards is going to have a lot more room to run on the right side there, coming up from the right back position, which he's so good at doing. I mean, Brent Richards, someone who played collegiately as a striker, actually played as a forward, scored a lot of goals for University of Washington, along with in the PDL for Portland Timbers under 23s. It was not until he went to the USL that he was converted to a right back.
Yeah, Richards an MVP and Rookie of the Year in that league back in 2010. 7 years removed, 8 years removed from that.
Yeah, he's someone who came through the Portland Timbers system, actually their first ever homegrown player that got signed to an MLS deal.
Richards last year played in 26 games. And he has played in 4 so far as a starter. Ball cleared out by Matt Van Oekel. It's interesting to see how Oklahoma City is approaching their attack now that Gonzalez is out.
Yeah, and it looks like Jonathan Brown will slide to the left-hand side. He'll provide the width, which means Sia's isolated up top.
Sia drafted by the Colorado Rapids in the 3rd round back in 2017.
Yeah, someone who knows Steve Cook well from his time with the Rapids. Steve Cook saw him, wanted to bring him over to Oklahoma City when he got the job.
It's all about that Colorado connection.
Definitely.
Lob up. Intercepted by Oklahoma City. You know, we're not seeing Reno come out with too much aggression yet. But here they are in the attacking third. Lob up into the hands of Van Oekel.
Yeah, good ball from Openo to try to find Danny Mazowski drifting to that far post on the opposite side of Ibiaga. And Van Oekel senses the danger well, and it's easy catch for him at the end.
Clears it out. And intercepted by Reno, but that's going to go out of bounds. Brown getting into position. And he's through. Pass gets in the box. A shot. Saved by Bersano.
And well done from Kyle Highland getting up that left flank to get that ball to Sia. Sia's shot doesn't have enough power to get past Bersano there.
Here comes Reno. Getting into position. Gaia Bend. Crosses it. And that is going to go too far.
Yeah.
However, ball back to Reno.
Yeah, and with the switch to the 4-4-2 diamond, the width is going to be provided by James Kiffey and Brent Richards. So expect both of them to try to get up the sideline.
Through ball to Partita. Partita with a shot. Saved by Van Oekel.
Oh, and Kevin Partita will want to do more with that one. In front of it, his hometown fans, the Battleborn Brigade, he wants to put one away badly.
Can you imagine the uproar that would have come from the home section?
Oh, I can't imagine how many friends and family are here to watch his first start, his first game here at Greater Nevada Field as well.
I want to remind you guys, you can get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL on Instagram. Make sure to follow the league's official account at USL Soccer. Back on the pitch. Van Avik. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City trying to play quickly. Through ball. It's in, but out of bounds. Goal kick, Reno.
Yeah, and poor touch there from James Kiffey. Gets caught under his feet, and then Richard Dixon releases Alex Dixon real quickly, and Alex Dixon finds Sia's run. Sia just can't do enough with it there. Great play from Oklahoma City to attack quickly there.
Partita. And that would have been offsides. You can hear the Battleborn Brigade in the background.
Yeah, I think they're itching for a win here at Greater Nevada Field.
It's been a while.
Yeah, 0-3 so far at home this season.
And losing 2 matches in the 90th or past. Certainly heartbreaking.
Definitely heartbreaking. And for a place that was such a fortress all last year, they're going to want to return.
Through ball. Offsides.
Oh, and that was close. And Openo's protesting that. Looks like he's just slightly ahead of Highland there. Oklahoma City will be relieved.
Openo named team co-MVP next to Dane Kelly last year. He played in 32 games as a starter.
He's so important to this team no matter where you put him. He's gonna do the work. He's gonna chase down everything. He's gonna press defenders. And when he's on the ball, he's so dangerous.
Attended Princeton back from 2008. And looks like we're going to see Lindo Mafeka check into the game.
Ian Russell must have heard us talking about him at halftime.
Or trying to get some good luck. Last time Mafeka played Oklahoma City in this building, a hat trick.
But first, before that, we'll
corner kick.
Jonathan Brown will line this up.
The corner, the header, wide right.
Oh, and Cody Andrews all alone on the far post. Inches over the crossbar there. Great opportunity for Oklahoma City. We see here Jerry Van Avik. We see the end of his night, the end of his shift here. And Lindo Mafeka, who at this stadium scored a hat trick against Oklahoma City Energy last year. We're looking to have the same sort of impact here off the bench.
It's a little spark plug. Mafeka, picked 28th overall back in 2017 by the Quakes. He had 6 goals last year.
He's so dynamic as a number 10, as that attacking mid. He's constantly looking for the ball. He never loses it. He's so strong with that low center of gravity. No one can push him off. And if he has a chance to turn, he can make something happen either by a killer through ball or having a shot.
Played 72 games for South Florida. Scored 16 goals, 18 assists. Hoping to make the Quakes roster in the coming years. Only 5'7" though. Mafeka, little guy.
Yeah, little guy, but that helps so much with his low center of gravity. When defenders try to push him off, he just maintains his balance so well.
It's going to be a throw-in for Oklahoma City. Brown.
Oh,
and that goes out of bounds.
Looks like the referee will judge that as a handball on Brent Richards, I believe. Yeah. Bit of
You're correct.
Bit of a better angle than a corner kick here. You hit this with the right amount of spin. It's going to be tough for Matt Bersano to judge.
Brown only 2 assists, however, last year, and none this season so far.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma City as a whole have struggled on the attacking end so far this season. Jonathan Brown, of course, without Jose Angulo to put away the chances. He's the kind of guy who will do the work in the attacking half. But he'll try to find Cody Andrews' head again just like a moment ago.
The header.
Dealt with by Brent Richards there, and Jordan Morrell will get to it.
Keeps it inbounds and clears it out.
Oklahoma City really coming down to 10 men.
They've made it work. Yeah. Back in the attacking third, a lob. But it's Brent Richards. Stolen. Jonathan Brown. It's impressive, the fight that Oklahoma City is showing, and that's going to be a corner kick to the Energy.
Yeah, and that's sometimes something you'll see with a red card. Suddenly they're down to 10 men. Everyone knows they have to work that much harder, and they really become a sum of their parts and work together to try and make something happen. And that strength in adversity that Oklahoma are showing after that red card in the 37th minute to Miguel Gonzalez to keep the pressure on. Try to pull something here against Reno.
The corner kick, and that has been cleared out. Oklahoma City, though, maintains possession on the attack. Lob, Morrell clears it out. Back to Oklahoma City.
Reno are struggling to get the ball out of their box.
And here comes Dixon.
Oklahoma City keep up the pressure.
And down a man as well. The shot. Oh, wide of the net, Bersano. A lucky look.
Yeah, and Jonathan Brown pushes this onto his left foot, gets the better of Gaia Ben there. And looks like it took a slight deflection off of Matt Bersano's fingertips there. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but the referee, who's a lot closer than I am, gave the goal kick.
And the game lives on. Here comes a bend to Mafeka. You know, Reno just trying to get an offense going so far. It seems like that they have not played in their attacking third for about 5 minutes now.
Yeah, and in this second half, it almost feels like Reno's the one that's down a man.
They seem a little gassed,
struggling.
if that's the word.
Yeah, struggling to find feet, really. I mean, it seems like everything they do, Oklahoma City has numbers to block it. They're not able to expand the field and use their numerical advantage. Still early in the second half. The longer Oklahoma City fight, the more fatigue they're going to get, I think, especially in this altitude.
Completely agree.
I mean, it's tough to come to Reno up in...
It's an advantage.
A 45...
blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Here comes Kiffy from Santa Barbara, California. He finds Kasipli. Kasipli with the shot. Header just to the left. Oh, Muzovsky.
Oh, and such a clever ball by James Kiffy here to chip it into the path of Kasipli. Kasipli puts a fantastic low cross with Danny Muzovsky with a diving header. Just can't redirect it towards goal.
Once again, though, Reno just not able to capitalize on a beautiful pass inside the box.
Yeah, but I think that's the best chance of the night for Reno 1868
Absolutely.
so far.
I completely agree with that. Starting to show some life.
Yeah, and that comes from really just trying to make the field as big as they can.
Again on the attack. Openo. To Muzovsky, but that's going to be cleared out.
Oh, and the clever play from Openo. Get the better of Kyle Highland there. He's so tricky on the ball with a couple step overs, able to get enough space to put the cross in.
A bend finding Kiffy. Kiffy, new to this roster.
Someone who so important to Sac Republic in the last few years.
He took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, a mainstay as their left back. I think he played every minute last year.
Pass to Muzovsky. Back to Kasipli.
Yeah, I think Kasipli was waiting for the overlapping run from Kiffy there. Kiffy was looking to support, and now will be Oklahoma City.
Oh, and that's going to stay in bounds.
Well, brilliant play from Sia there to get away from Jordan Morrell, but Zach Carroll.
Sia just giving it all. Finding Dixon the cross. Morrell with the block.
Yeah, a bit of nervy moments there. Oklahoma City looking threatening on the counterattack. But now Reno will have a counterattack of their own. But
once again, though, playing down a man, but showing grit.
Yeah, I just think they're showing that determination to stay in this game rather than dropping heads.
Oh, offsides call. Sia, though, he was seeing a wide open chance.
Yeah, he's come to life in this second half.
Again, Oklahoma City, if you're just joining us, down a man. Miguel Gonzalez getting a red card in the 37th minute. And here comes Reno 1868. Mafeka in the box. And that's going to be stolen away.
Yeah, I just fell to his right foot.
Back to Mafeka. Mafeka in the legs. Pass. Shot. No good.
Oh, and just when it looked like Mafeka lost that ball, he does so well to win it back. Little nutmeg on Kyle Highland.
Under his legs.
Play. Then finds Kevin Partita, and Partita, who wants that goal so badly, just blocked.
A corner kick for Reno. Their first of the night. Kasipli knocking a header, but into the hands of Van Oekel.
Oh, and a good near post run there from Brent Richards to flick it towards Van Oekel's goal, but Van Oekel does well to catch it. Relieve a little bit of pressure here for Oklahoma City.
You have to think, you know, Reno has just been knocking. They have come out of the second half not as sharp, but they are definitely getting back to their form.
Yeah, they're pushing for something. I I mean, this is the opportunity to gain their first 3 points at home in the season against a team with 5 losses in a row, down to 10 men, but you got to give credit to Oklahoma City for the amount of fight they're showing.
Absolutely, a lot of heart. And that's going to connect. And that's going to be a corner kick to Reno. Partita.
Yeah, a lot of disagreements from the Oklahoma City players. They think Kyle Highland knocked it off of Partita before it went out of bounds, but Reno will take the corner kick here.
And here comes Kasipli with a second opportunity. The second corner of this half. Ball's in the air. Richards' header into the hands of Van Oekel.
Yeah, and Kasipli finds Brent Richards again, this time on the far post. I think Brent Richards tries to head it back across goal, try to find another runner, but just a little too close to Van Oekel, who deals with it really well from the challenge of Jordan Morel.
The Energy clearing it out. Partita to Mafeka. Over to Richards. All of a sudden, Reno on the attack again. Partita with the shot. A goal for Kevin Partita, the local from Sparks.
And what a screamer from Kevin Partita. Finds a bit of space in front of the Oklahoma City back line and lets one rip in the underside of the crossbar and goes to celebrate with his family there in front of that goal.
What a homecoming for Partita.
What a dream home debut.
First start for the club and just a strike off the post and in. Kevin Partita, welcome back to Reno.
What a huge goal for the Northern Nevada native. Skips past Callum Ross and then just hits a screamer.
Reno taking the 1-0 advantage. How good do you think Kevin Partita feels right now?
Oh, he has to be buzzing after that. I mean, he's been the most dangerous player in this half. You could feel how madly he wants to score in front of his home crowd. Honestly, I expected more of a celebration out of him.
Maybe pick up his kids or something. Partita, though, third-round pick by San Jose this year. A lot of promise. Ian Russell speaking very highly of him in practice this week.
And we can see why. He's been phenomenal today. So much energy around the field, breaking up play, and a couple great chances before really what has to be a contender for goal of the week.
Absolutely. A strike at the top of the box. And what's more sentimental than doing it on your home turf?
On your home debut. What a storyline here in Reno for Kevin Partita.
Yeah, I think that I know what I'll be doing this week at News 4. Finding a way to do a feature on Kevin Partita.
And who else would it be, though, besides Kevin Partita? It just really writes itself.
I have to say, though, a couple UNLV products past 2 weeks really carrying the load of goals for the Azules.
Yeah, and Rich Ryerson and the rest of the UNLV Rebels men's soccer program will be really happy to see the kind of impact those two have made so far this season.
Especially with both of them young, a lot of life left. Mazovsky only 22. I believe Partita is 22 as well.
I believe he's 23. He was actually
23.
He was a redshirt senior his final year. Spent a year off with the ACL injury that I mentioned in the beginning of our broadcast.
Now Reno just has to hold on. But we're seeing more aggression from the Energy.
And here we see Baril so good at protecting that ball, so good at keeping possession.
Brown crossing it, but that will be a goal kick.
What Baril does so well is he draws pressure in.
Corner.
Barilla draws pressure in, makes defenders step to him, and gives space for the rest of his teammates, which is really important now when Oklahoma City's playing a man down.
And Barilla, returning starter. He's a two-way mid. And that ball cleared out. And a substitution will be made by Oklahoma City. That will be the end of Sia's night. McLaws checking in. Partita with the ball.
And McLaw's actually a defender. Looks like Oklahoma City trying to pack it in a little more, which is odd after the goal. You expect them to try to push and maybe get some kind of result out of it.
Especially with how much success they've had playing 10. And Sia being such a big part of their offensive attack.
Yeah, but McLaws will come here in the right mid. Interesting, him and Richard Dixon will try to work together to stop James Kiffey and Seth Kasipli on this left-hand side.
Mafeka to Richards, trying to connect with Partita, and a foul.
Which also means for OKC that Alex Dixon will play as the lone striker. They're going to try to use his pace. You see, yeah, with three across the front with McLaws, Dixon, and Jonathan Brown. We'll try to counter with the pace of Alex Dixon, this time down the middle when they've been trying to hit Dixon down the wing.
McLaws spending the last 2 years with Harrisburg City. Appeared in 57 matches. We'll see what he can do for the Energy, who need a spark.
Little energy, if you will.
Little energy. Want to remind you guys, parents, sign up your kids for the Truckee Kids Club presented by Shields and 95.5 The Vibe. Go to shop.reno1868fc.com today to sign up your kids for a season of fun. Reno back in that attacking third. Richards with a shot. Wide left.
Richards is so well cutting in here. First takes on Highland before bringing it onto his left foot and just has one, but just past the Van Okel's far post there. Good opportunity from the right back who's been really lively tonight.
Seems like Reno's finding their groove. Might help that Oklahoma City's down a man.
Yeah, no, that's definitely hard for Oklahoma City to play so long down to 10 men. And I think you can give some credit to them for the amount of fight they've shown. I mean, being able to create a couple opportunities of their own. But now, I mean, with Kevin Partita's goal, you can just feel just a weight lifted off this Reno team. Now they want more. They want more, and they're playing more freely. They're knocking the ball around more confidently, I think.
Reno actually owning 60% of the possession.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, like we said, Oklahoma City just being in damage control at this point. I mean,
yeah, and you said it when we came out of break into the second half. You know, it's Oklahoma City needed to hold on more than anything else.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna be kicking themselves giving Kevin Partita so much space.
Yeah, they didn't know.
They didn't. No one really tried to close him down at all. Was able to just take a touch out in front of him.
Simply Partita with the pass, but does not connect with Mazovsky, and that is into the hands of Van Okel.
Yeah, I think he tries to find Openo there, just mishits the ball a little bit, and Mazovsky tries to sneak in, but Van Okel is able to collect.
Partita with the ball again. I want to remind you guys which teams are hitting peak performance in the USL. Oh, into the attacking third.
Oh, Kiffy does well to keep this
Kiffy
in.
the pass.
Oh, and a good cutback for Openo, but Richard Dixon has that last-second intervention once again. Oklahoma City felt like that ball was out of bounds.
The idea was there for Reno.
Yeah, and they're comfortable just passing it back, trying to switch the other side. They're going to be especially patient on the ball now that they are up one. Look for the right opportunity rather than forcing things through.
Here's Gaia Bend. To Mafeka. Back to a bend.
And look how far back Oklahoma City is sitting back now. Beyond the center circle, not even to the half line.
Less than 20 minutes to go.
I mean, they've fought hard.
Richards in the box. Just trying to create something out of nothing. If you're Reno at this point, you could sit on whatever you'd like.
Yeah, and it's important to remember the run-in that Reno have. 4 away games coming up in a real short period of time. Basically a game every 3 days. They're going to want to take their foot off the gas a little bit today. Still see off the win.
But still travel taking a lot out of you. A through ball to Antoine Openo. Openo trying to connect with Mazovsky. To Kasipli with the shot into the hands of Van Okel.
Yeah, and well done from Openo there. And falls to Kasipli. Kasipli just doesn't get enough onto it, and he'll want more out of that. It's easy for Van Okel to collect there.
Reno still trying to attack as Oklahoma City plays down a man. But here's the energy in the box, surrounded by a sea of blue.
Oh, well done from Highland there to find Baril.
But into the hands of Bersano. Bersano finally got a haircut.
Yeah, him and Openo both donating their luscious locks
to a good cause. It's different though, you know. I'm used to both of those guys just man bunning it.
Yeah, no, it definitely is different. A lot shorter hair this season than last season between.
Makes them more aerodynamic.
Yeah, definitely a lot lighter on the field.
Another check-in.
And now we see the addition of Jose Angulo.
Second to the Golden Boot. He was the leading scorer on the OKC Energy last year with 15. And 9 of those goals came into the last 3 games of the regular season.
Yeah, his second half of the season last year, he just ran riot on the USL. He was scoring goals for fun.
Angulo only played 24 minutes last game. Big question with him is where his fitness is at as Partita stretches out.
Yeah, he'll get a bit of a run out in these last 15 minutes, try to salvage a draw for Oklahoma City. He might be a little isolated here, down to 10 men. Oklahoma City's sitting so far back, but if anyone can make something happen for Oklahoma City, it's definitely Angulo, as we see another substitution.
Luis Felipe.
Yeah, and Kevin Partita feeling a little bit of a calf problem. I mean, playing 75 minutes at this level is something he's never done before. So
not at all. And he has earned his spot to sit down on that bench with 1 goal in this game, separating both teams.
And what a goal it was. Just smashes it in the underside of the crossbar. Brilliant home debut for the Northern Nevada native.
Gotta wonder how he's gonna celebrate with his family tonight. Luis Felipe, however, checking in, one of the 3 players signed by San Jose in this past offseason after spending a year on Reno's roster.
Yeah, he'll be well done from James Kiffy to get the better of Richard Dixon.
2-on-1. Kiffy sneaks by 1. The pass, just shy of the net. Mazovsky knocking once again.
Yeah, and Kiffy, little nutmeg on Richard Dixon. A bit fortunate, but honestly, this effort from Danny Mazovsky, that's harder than it looks. his body's facing away from the goal, and he's still able to direct it just into the side netting, real close to being on target. But we see how dangerous Mazowski is around the box. I mean, hasn't had his chance on target yet, but so many just wide.
I have to say, Kiffy, a defender, but great footwork on the offensive attack there.
Yeah, he's so good going forward, which is really important in this 4-4-2 diamond. And with four central midfielders, the width's provided from the likes of Brent Richards and James Kiffy. So to have someone who can get up the field and put in a good delivery with his left foot is so important for Ian Russell. It was a great addition in the offseason, really.
And Kiffy, another USL Cup winner with the Sac Republic back in 2014. So
yeah,
he has been there before.
Yeah, big veteran in this league, has that winning mentality. Spent so long with Sac Republic. I think his addition went a bit under the radar, not that talked about.
Not too publicized, but definitely a key in this starting 11.
Oh, and I think
call.
I think Danny Mazowski just lost his footing there. I don't think there was a challenge, but Luis Felipe wins it back, and Reno can maintain their momentum.
Gaia Ben sends it back to the captain. And that ball goes out of bounds off the foot of Kiffy.
Yeah, it just takes a bit of a bobble there on the infield, and James Kiffy misreads it.
Throw in. And that ball, a little too far for Angulo.
Yeah, Bersano does well off his line, though. Angulo's close to it, but Bersano reads the danger and is quick to step up to it on the edge of the box.
A lot of hype surrounding Angulo as he tries to return back to full fitness. It's going to take him a couple of weeks. But
Yeah,
nice to see him back from injury.
Yeah, with Oklahoma City's struggle for goals so far early on in this season, Steve Cook will be relieved to see him coming back to fitness, hoping to maybe get a start at some point soon.
Want to remind you guys which teams are hitting peak performance in the USL. Find out every Monday afternoon when the USLsoccer.com power rankings are released to see where your team sits after its most recent results. Back on the pitch, Mafeka over to Opino, finding Muzovsky, and there's Kiffy again. And it will be a corner kick for Reno.
Yeah, Kiffy getting up the left-hand side once again after that ball by Danny Mazowski earns the corner kick. Seth Kasipli's been looking for the head of Brent Richards, for someone who's not the tallest person on the field, but he has such an incredible leap on him, Brent Richards.
Yes,
I mean,
he does.
He's so powerful in the air.
He's scrappy. Crowd getting involved. Kasipli on the corner, punched out by Van Oekel, and a shot, but in no different atmosphere.
Yeah, a bit hard for Opino there on that shot. Van Oekel punches it well. Tough shot on the volley for Opino to hit, and skies that one.
Want to remind you guys, Coors Light wants you to celebrate every climb safely. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Coors Light, along with Peter Parker.
It looks like the final substitution for Oklahoma City as Callum Ross hurries off the field. Can't quite tell who the substitution is yet.
News 4's Brenna Green making an appearance behind Van Oekel.
Looks like Philip Rasmussen will enter the field, the Danish midfielder.
Trying to get some fresh legs out there to potentially put a ball in the back of the net.
They're going to want to push in these final minutes while still hoping not to concede a second.
And that's it for Callum Ross.
Oklahoma City is starting to press a little higher up the field now, trying to have their line of confrontation about the half.
Showing some desperation.
Yeah, but Reno are able to work the ball around. Now they're using the full field. So that's how you beat a team with 10 men. You make the field
Through
big.
ball to Mazovsky.
You make the field wide. You make Oklahoma City or whoever
Stretch
is playing
them out.
down. You stretch them out, exactly. And the beginning of the second half, they weren't doing a good job of that.
No, not at all. It seemed like they came out a little shaken.
Yeah, and that might be a change in formation. I mean, they've been playing the 4-2-3-1 the last couple of games. So going back to the diamond, if you don't play the diamond right, it's really condensed, especially with four central midfielders. But I think they figured out their spacing and have been able to stretch Oklahoma City.
8 minutes to go here at Greater Nevada Field. Oh, a trip.
Oh, and a good challenge there. Now we see Richard Dixon pick up the ball.
The Battleborn Brigade singing high praise, hoping to witness the first win at home in 2018.
Yeah, Reno will want to see this out and breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. I mean, early season struggles in the first 5 games of the season before their win against Portland Timbers too, but I mean, we have to remember early season struggles last year as well.
Yeah, they did not have their first win until May 6th. So a little bit earlier this year.
And they're a team that like to build momentum. And after that first win in May and June, Reno ran riot in the USL.
Absolutely.
A lot of wins.
Dane Kelly.
A lot of wins and a lot of goals, especially for Dane Kelly. Danny Mazowski will be hoping to do the same kind of thing in this run-in. A lot of away games coming up for Reno 1868.
Yeah, they're going to head to Rio Grande Valley to take on the Toros, and then Colorado Springs after that.
Yeah, and we look May 2nd, May 5th, May 9th, and May 12th, all away from home.
Before returning back to take on the Seattle Sounders, too.
That's a long and tough trip for these players.
Their fitness will be back up by the end of it all.
Yeah, they're going to. Games that close apart, I mean, it's always tough, especially away from home in unfamiliar atmospheres.
Of course.
I mean, not to
Plus
count
traveling itself is just exhausting.
The travel itself, having to go all the way to Rio Grande Valley, who they were supposed to play earlier in the season before the game was canceled because Reno couldn't find their way there.
The elements, they have that effect.
Yeah, and looking back, they wish they would have. That wouldn't have been the case because now with this run-in, that's just another game on top of really what is a lot of games.
Oklahoma City playing down a man, only controlling 35% of the possession since that.
Yeah, since the red card, they've really just tried to hit on the counter. Couple good moments from Alex Dixon and from Sia, but now I mean, they're looking a little tired. It's
now that fatigue is setting in.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's hard to defend like this down to 10 men for so long. It drains you. Not just physically too, but mentally. Having none of the ball for long periods of time, it can be taxing for players because I mean, everyone wants the ball at their feet. And Reno are happy just to knock it around, make Oklahoma City chase.
Yeah.
Keep this 1-0 win. Here's a good run. Good run from Openo.
2-on-1, Openo. To Mafeka. Mafeka with the shot. Goal! Lindo Mafeka.
And Reno 1868, so patient in their buildup before springing Openo forward. And Openo finds Mafeka with plenty of space, and Mafeka just slots into that bottom right corner.
First goal of the year for Lindo Mafeka. 4th goal for Lindo Mafeka on Oklahoma City in his career. Think he likes playing the Energy?
Yeah, I think he definitely does. I mean, with his hat trick last year and now coming off the bench and adding to Reno's tally to make it 2-0 here at Greater Nevada Field.
coming in substitution for Kevin Partita.
Yeah, and bit heartbreaking for Oklahoma City. I mean, going down to 10 men, really, I mean, now, I mean, unless a miracle happens, really, the 6th loss in a row consecutively.
I have to say, with a 2-goal lead, when I'm playing FIFA, I would cough that up so quick. Back in the box, OKC trying to attack. A shot. Wide right.
Yeah, and it takes a bit of a deflection. Oklahoma City will push for something here for the corner. They're going to send everyone forward. Try to salvage something.
I want to remind you guys, Coors Light reminds you that every climb deserves a refreshing finish, and every night deserves a safe ending. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility. Dixon on the corner.
On a high looping ball, easy to deal with for Luis Felipe.
A shot high.
Yeah, and it's heartbreaking for Steve Cook because Oklahoma City Energy, they've been playing pretty well, especially before the red card. And even after the red card for a period of time,
they came out
pushed.
in the second half and just seemed like it was all OKC.
And it just seems like for them right now, just nothing's going their way.
Dixon with the inbound.
Oh, great turn from Angulo.
Angulo with the pass deflected, but still in bounds. Angulo trying to make it again, but a sea of blue.
Yeah, and it's tough to start your managerial reign with this kind of form. Things just don't seem to go your way.
I will say, though, when Oklahoma City figures it out, they will be a scary club.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I think Steve Cook's trying to do the right thing here. I think he's doing well, trying to make a team that's comfortable in possession while being comfortable countering, rather than a team that just sits back. I mean, of course, when you go down to 10 men, you kind of have to sit back. But up until then, they were doing a good job keeping the ball.
Dixon out of bounds.
But they'll be boosted by the return of Jose Angulo. So important for this offense, an offense that's been struggling to score goals this season. Angulo now with 2 substitute appearances off the bench. Trying to build that fitness
as we approach the 90th minute.
Good challenge from Highland there.
Here comes Oklahoma. To Dixon. Dixon with a shot, but it seemed like it came off his foot in an odd way.
Yeah, Dixon gets that all wrong. He tries to square up his body like he's going to put it across goal, and then last second changes his trajectory to try to sneak it high in that near post, but just slices it all wrong and sends it way over.
3 minutes of added time. Matt Bersano in goal for Reno. Mafeka with the header. Oklahoma City with the ball. At this point, they're just playing keep away.
Yeah, I mean, no need to force things, especially with the run-up that we've been talking about. Make Oklahoma City press a little more, and that's how we saw the second goal. Oklahoma City started pushing their lines up, and Openo was free to make that run before finding Mafeka. So if it's not on, don't force it. Keep the ball. They'll step to you, and then there's space for others.
Ian Russell eyeing his 19th win as head coach of this soccer club. Oh, a push. Openo's getting beat up out there.
Yeah, another altercation on the corner there between Openo and the OKC players. This time, Baril just comes in strong after Openo tries to hold the ball in the corner. He tries to win the ball. Nothing too malicious about it, unlike the Miguel Gonzalez
elbow
challenge in the first half.
The infamous elbow. It won't be a corner kick, but a little bit better of a spot, I would say.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try to play it short and hold it in the corner anyway, run down the clock. Mafeka's going to use his low center of gravity and balance and just hold that ball in the corner for as long as he can.
And that will be to the Energy. Kyle Highland with the throw. Ball touched Luis Felipe for a minute, and Bersano clears it out.
Bersano does well to sweep that up after the dangerous run there. I believe it was McLaws, and now Dixon has the ball. And they'll push for these last few seconds, try for pride at this point.
It would make the flight back a little bit less stingy. As we approach the 93rd.
And a good layoff there from Alex Dixon.
Crowd chanting, "All for our city."
And Kevin Partita, all for his city with the fantastic goal to break the deadlock.
It's got to be a childhood dream, you know? Play for your local team. First game in the homeland, bearing a beautiful strike. And that's going to do it. Reno with their second win of the year, 2-0 over the Oklahoma City Energy. We'll be right back.
Oh. Yeah, Reno 1868 with this 2-0 win over Oklahoma City Energy to relieve some of the pressure after 3 straight home losses here at Greater Nevada Field for Oklahoma City Energy. That's now 6 consecutive losses. Steve Cook and the rest of his crew will want to turn that around.
Yes, tying a franchise record for losing streak for Oklahoma City. But 2 goals in this one off the foot of Kevin Partita in the 63rd with an assist by Seth Kasipli. And then in the 86th, Lindo Mafeka off an assist by Antoine Opino.
Yeah, we'll be right back with second half highlights along with post-game recap.
Back inside Greater Nevada Field, Reno 1868 coming away with their second win of the season, 2-0 over the Oklahoma City Energy. Energy now 6 losses in a row, tying a franchise record. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Yeah, and after the red card of Miguel Gonzalez, really after a bit of initial pressure from Oklahoma City, after that, it was just all Reno.
It was, and they did come out of the second half a little sluggish, but interesting to see how this played out. That red card, of course, probably the biggest highlight of the night, and Oklahoma City will be looking back on this one.
Yeah, the biggest highlight for me of the night was Kevin Partita skipping past Callum Ross and letting one fly.
Beautiful strike for the Sparks native in his first start with this soccer club.
Yeah, and what a huge way to have your home debut.
What do you think, USL goal of the week?
I don't know. I saw a pretty good one earlier in the week for FC Cincinnati, but that's got to be in the short list.
And then this Openo finding Mafeka, putting that in the back of the net. Mafeka, his first goal of the season, 4th on Oklahoma City, and he is just all smiles.
Yeah, and Mafeka will be glad after spending some time on the bench to come on and get that goal. Good cutback there from the man Antoine Openo.
Up next for Reno, though, 4 games on the road, starting with Rio Grande Valley Toros, and then the Switchbacks, Roughnecks, and Sac Republic before returning back to the biggest little city on the 19th to take on the Sounders. For Oklahoma City, they are going to take on Swope Park Rangers and Phoenix Rising, but returning home for both of those contests.
Yeah, they'll be relieved to have a couple home games against 2 very good teams in Swope Park Rangers and Phoenix Rising, 2 teams that Reno 1868 lost to earlier in the season. But Oklahoma City, they're going to want to turn this around. The signs are there. The signs are there. They're keeping the ball well. They're trying to counterattack. Just things aren't going their way.
And they're in good hands. You know, you said it best. Steve Cook knows what he's doing. It's his first year, and this is still very early on. I mean, these seasons last 10 months. And with players fluctuating, because this is a development league, I'm sure that they will put the pieces together. But for tonight, Reno celebrating their 2nd win, signing autographs and soaking it all in. Once again, thank you guys for joining us. For Colin Tabor, I'm Julian Delgadio, filling in for Alex Margulies. Have a good night out there, guys.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Well done. Nice. Nice. Thanks for saving me on that one.
I messed up.